Alright. Hello guys, this is Binary Gaming talking with two of our players that went to MLG for StarCraft 2. And we have Dice and Forbs right now. I guess which one of you want to start talking about your experience?
I can go first. I'm Dice. I played Brood War for about on and off like 2 years, I guess, a little bit more. Way less if you consider like actual ICUP and stuff. And I played StarCraft a week before release in beta, and pretty much since it was released, so I'd say like a year and a half now. Yeah, so MLG, it was pretty exciting. Like I really liked the fact that it was my first MLG, so it was definitely a pretty good experience. I've been to LANs before that, but like nothing kind of compares to like being in a huge convention hall with a bunch of other people that all want to see StarCraft. But yeah, I really liked watching Koreans play live and all that kind of stuff. It was really exciting.
What were your initial thoughts on it, Forbs?
Well, it was my first LAN event ever, so it was interesting experience to say the least. It's just good to get I wasn't too used to playing not at my home computer, so it took a while to get used to, but having all those people around you playing StarCraft 2 and all into it is pretty amazing, I think.
Now, one of the biggest questions I want to ask you is, did you feel the nerves of people standing around watching you? Like, depended how well you were going to do, or was that not much of a factor?
Yeah, I definitely was pretty nervous the first day. I settled down a bit after getting knocked down to the losers bracket, I think. But day one, I was pretty nervous playing.
Let's talk about your trip through the brackets first, Dice. Who'd you face in the open bracket? How would you feel you did there?
I think I faced first round Skater Chief, and then shoot, I can't remember the second guy. He was a Zerg player, but Terran, Zerg, and then MVP, like QIM MVP. He got knocked down, of course, and then I played another Zerg player. I think it was like Apollo SC, and then I played Future, and I lost him 2-1, and a pretty close series. I probably should have won that, but I mean, kudos to him.
How was your path through the brackets, Forbes?
In the winners bracket, I played Alexi Moa from Team Dynamic first round, and then I lost to Liquid Tyler the second round. I should have not have lost, I think, but
what happened in that match?
Some mistakes. Just I played poorly, I think. I didn't scout his composition in game one, and then game two I completely mismicroed and gave away a free win. And then in the losers bracket, I played a Diamond Toss, and then a Mid-Master Zerg, and then Complexity Druby, Check 6 Aquanda, and Rain Spades, and then finally Violet, which I lost to Go2.
How'd you feel against your matches against Violet?
Well, I couldn't really tell what he was doing in game one, and I ended up not being able to hold my third to his 200 push, and I just died. And game two, I tried to do an all-in, which failed horribly, so I probably could have played some better games, but I'm pretty happy overall with my run still.
Now, I know there's talk about you beating Druby. Even one of the MLG managers tweeted wondering who the heck you were. That had to be an accomplishment to feel good to beat a big name.
Yeah, I mean, it's nice to beat known players, definitely. To get your name out there.
Did you guys feel when you were playing these known players, were there nerves like, oh my god, I'm playing this guy, I've watched him play, I know he's really good, and then did you get nerves where I'm actually holding my own? Did you feel you were just trying to play with him or be aggressive versus them?
You want to answer that about MVP, Dice? Because I know you had some things to say about that.
Yeah, sure. For the most part, like, I do get nervous, but at the same time, it's not like overwhelming nerves. Like, I actually think it's important to get nervous a little bit, because like otherwise there's no pressure. You got to find the right balance. But yeah, like when you're actually in the match, all respect to the guy before the match, but during the match you're just trying to win. And at one point I think I actually felt like I was doing well, but then like instead of focusing, I focused on the fact that I thought I was doing well, so I lost focus. So it started to crumble from there on game one. But yeah, overall, like not really too nervous. And I noticed that like in my losers bracket match against Future, the one I got knocked out, I tried like in-ear headphones. And usually I don't like to wear them because like they're a little bit uncomfortable and you could still kind of hear a little bit of weird noises and stuff. But in a really loud LAN setting like MLG, it actually did a really good job of isolating sound. So like all I heard was game sound. I didn't think or see anything else outside the game, so I thought that was actually a pretty neat find. I'll probably do that again next time I play.
Did you have any of those issues, Forbs?
I mean, there were a lot of sounds, obviously, from the main casting stage, and for some reason, they were always playing a really loud playlist of songs right over the player area. But, I mean, once you start playing, you kind of really tune those out anyway, so I didn't really have a problem with it.
Now, do you guys have any lands or plan on going to the next MLGs also?
I'd definitely be interested in going into more lands. It depends where they are, I assume, and where I'm located when they occur. So we'll see.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't mind going to lands, even if I have to drive a little bit, because they're always fun, pretty exciting, and you could beat a big name, become famous overnight, stuff like that.
Now, what do you guys feel like taking from the tournament? Did you feel you have more things to improve on, more than you learned from laddering, or do you feel you just need to continue practicing?
Yeah, I mean, you definitely learn a lot, I think, just from being in the same room as someone. They kind of say, like, in Korean pro houses, like, everybody's working towards the same goal, trying to practice really hard, and, like, that kind of attitude just kind of rubs off. And in the tournament, it's not too different. I got to see a lot of, like, Korean players play live. I got a lot of, like, North American players play live, too. And it just gave me a lot of confidence as well as, like, motivation to try harder, because just watching, like, really good mechanics or mechanics, I was like, wow, I'm actually, on the same level or even better. Like, I look at that and I say, wow, I'm on the right track. I can do this.
Alright, I see Jeremy joined. Risk, are you there?
Hi.
What's up?
What I want you to do, Risk, is just introduce who you are on the team and how you felt about your MLG experience.
Hey, I'm Binary Risk, play Terran. MLG was nice, gave me a lot of tips to improve, and I guess it gave me motivations to play more, I guess, because I stopped playing a lot before MLG because I was kind of getting bored, and I started playing more after MLG.
Do you feel
So that's it.
Do you feel like seeing at the tournament against MLG, your players to your face? I know you got knocked out early, but you say that because you weren't prepared for it, though. Did you find yourself nervous playing around his own?
No.
Were you uncomfortable
No,
with that?
no, I wasn't nervous at all. I wasn't prepared for I wasn't prepared to to be there, in my gameplay, and I didn't have the proper equipment as well. I couldn't fix my computer mouse speed, in-game speed, so yeah, different things that made that I was knocked down really early. Yeah.
Now, for other people actually wanting to go to MLG or event, what else was there other than just StarCraft? Like, what attractions were you able to do for the entire weekend?
Well, I don't know about the other guys, but I kind of stayed in the StarCraft 2 area for the most part. I think we ventured together to the little bit different areas the last day, but for the most part it's just StarCraft 2 constantly full blast.
I actually wandered around a bit on one of the days. They had a bunch of side booths for their sponsors like Stride and Mad Cats and Alienware, where they had people, mostly spectators, who were trying out the games and hardware and stuff like that, and for contests for free shirts and whatnot. Then they had the Call of Duty side stage, and then the Halo side stage, and the League of Legends side stage. So it was a pretty big event in general. And Irish step dancing.
Yeah.
Explain a little about that.
Yeah, do you want to do that, Forbes?
I mean, there was a gigantic Irish step dancing competition or convention on the floor above us, and it was full of just a bunch of, I guess, I don't know,
Princess.
Yes.
princesses, as Riz would say. They were wearing like 5 pounds of makeup and huge curly wigs, and they were in droves. It was just kind of weird thought.
Now,
There were a lot.
now, going back to MLG, do you guys feel that you could experience everything MLG has to offer and going there once, or if you go again, is there other things you guys like to see?
Yeah, one of my friends actually went there as a competitor, and that he also went to Providence, and he went as a spectator. But just going as a competitor, I feel like you kind of experience a different side when you're just a spectator, because you don't have to worry about playing matches. You know, you don't have to keep track of games and stuff. You got more time to wander around and stuff. But yeah, overall, like I think I got to experience a lot of it. But I wouldn't say like I saw everything that MLG had to offer just by going once. Just because there's like so much stuff to do, and also just the experience of competing. It's a lot different when you're like seated, as opposed to if you got to fight through the open bracket and all that kind of stuff. So, just a lot of stuff that you can do.
How about how about Forbes a risk on that topic?
I feel like the game is always going to be different. Like every time there's an MLG, so there's always more StarCraft to see.
And do you guys feel if there are more events, you'll go as competitors, or would even go as a spectator to different games?
I'd never go as a spectator, but probably as a competitor again, if possible.
All right.
Yeah,
Nope. Go.
No, I think even if you don't plan on competing, going as a competitor to MLGs is really beneficial, because you can always hang around in the pro area with all the pros and stand behind them and watch them play and warm up, and it's really cool, I think.
So you'd say it's going out as a competitor, even though if you may not be able to compete, it's a backstage pass.
Yeah, pretty much.
Now, do you guys have anything else you'd like to add about your experience there?
Yeah, sorry, say again.
Do you guys have anything else you'd like to add about your experience at MLG? Any advice to future people going or wanting to go?
I mean, yeah.
Be aware of your computer setting before
Yeah, for sure.
going, cause yeah, it's kind of screwed me up.
Yeah,
So,
like you want to make sure you know what kind of settings you're doing at home. Like I think Risk plays on a wooden desk, which is kind of hard to replicate with tablecloths and stuff at MLG.
Yep.
And
Yes.
yeah, I mean stuff like that, and also in-game settings, mouse, like how if you play better in cold or hot weather, like how far away you keep your mouse from your keyboard, stuff like everything really. So just be wary of that kind of stuff. You could just take a picture with your camera phone to remember your settings, stuff like that. But yeah, and once you do that, like you can just worry about playing the game. So that can take a load off of your shoulders. But overall, just have fun, because you're there for fun, competing, whatever you want to do. But it's not supposed to be like a horrible thing.
Would you feel, is there any difference, could you tell the monitors you use there compared to the monitors you use at home? Is that playing a factor at all?
I personally use a widescreen monitor, so there was pretty much no difference. I think the monitors in MLG were a little bit smaller. I don't actually know the monitor size of mine offhand, but like you could use 1920 by 1080 for both, like for MLG and at home. But the monitor did seem a little bit smaller, but it was the same thing for me.
And how about for Forbs and Risk on that?
Yeah, same.
Yeah, pretty much the same as Dice.
Alright. Well, it was nice to hear you. Nice to see you guys compete. You actually played against maybe your idols if you actually watch them and be able to know you can compete on that level. And hopefully we can see you guys at the next MLG and move a little higher in the brackets.
Yeah, Forbes will have to like make a name for himself once again.
Alright, well that'll conclude this. Thanks everyone, and this is Z-Snow from Binary Gaming. And shout out to our sponsors, SteelSeries, helping us out tremendously. And Nation Voice, Eon Media, I believe it is. I don't have the list right now. So, thanks everyone.
Oh, well, yeah, one last thing. I got to borrow a 6GB2 keyboard from SteelSeries at the tournament, and it was like the best thing I ever had. And now I'm kind of stuck on a crappy Dell keyboard, so please send me a good one. I definitely vouch for that keyboard. It's really nice.
Were either Forbes or Risk, did you guys use any borrowed equipment from sponsors?
Nope.
Oh.
Dice borrowed his from his friend, so
Nice.
that's
Yeah.
why.
I think you got to use the mousepad, right? It's pretty cool.
Me?
Yeah, from Forbes.
Yeah, for like practice game, I guess. It's different than playing on wood, for sure.
Yeah, they haven't quite tried to replicate that experience.
Yep.
Alright, well you guys have a great Thanksgiving, and thanks for the interview.